What if I told you the world's biggest online crypto casino wasn't born in Vegas? That the most streamed gambling brand on the planet doesn't advertise on TV, doesn't operate in the US, and doesn't even pretend to follow the rules of traditional finance. Yet, it rakes in billions every year. This is the story of Stake, the crypto casino that changed everything we thought we knew about online betting, influencer marketing, and how to build a media empire out of memes, streamers, and Bitcoin wallets. In the world of online gambling, most platforms operate behind a veil. You see flashy ads, maybe a celebrity face, but the back end? Usually a boring corporate boardroom. Not Stake. Stake is loud, Stake is everywhere. But to understand how Stake became a multi-billion-dollar beast, we have to go back to the early 2010s. And a little game called RuneScape. Back in the early 2010s, two teenagers, Ed Craven from Australia and Bijan Tirani from the US, met the way many of us did, online, grinding in RuneScape. What started as friendship through gaming soon became a business partnership built on code, crypto, and hustle. Their first big idea? A game called Prime Dice, launched in 2013. It was one of the very first provably fair, crypto-based dice gambling sites. The interface was minimal, the concept simple, but it exploded within niche Bitcoin forums and Reddit threads. It proved there was real money, and real demand, in decentralized online gambling. But Ed and Bijan weren't just thinking short-term. They used the profits from Prime Metis to fund something bigger. Easy Go, a gaming development company focused on building high-performance casino games and back-end infrastructure. This is what most people don't realize about Stake. It wasn't launched by amateurs. It was built by developers who had already tested the market, learned from it, and knew exactly what kind of user experience crypto gamblers wanted. The one thing they didn't have, though, a home base. Australia, where Ed was based, had strict gambling regulations, especially around crypto. Stake wasn't technically illegal, but it wasn't exactly welcome either. Payment processors were hesitant. Banks wanted nothing to do with them, and local laws were evolving fast. So instead of fighting for legitimacy in a hostile environment, they looked for a loophole, and found one in Curaçao. A small island in the Caribbean, Curaçao has become the go-to licensing destination for crypto casinos. Why? Because the barrier to entry is low, the tax benefits are high, and the government doesn't micromanage the tech. In 2017, they officially launched Stake.com, fully licensed in Curaçao, hosted offshore, built to scale globally. Within a few years, they would go from obscure crypto niche to one of the biggest names in online gambling. Stake's timing was perfect. The rise of Stake coincided with two global shifts: the boom of cryptocurrency and the chaos of the lockdowns. When this hit in 2020, millions of people were stuck at home, bored, and online. Traditional casinos closed, sports paused, but crypto kept running. And so did Stake. With fast deposits in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other tokens, and instant access to casino games, slots, roulette, sports betting, and more, Stake became the go-to outlet for a new generation of digital native gamblers. If Stake's secret weapon was crypto tech, their superpower was influencer marketing. Instead of spending millions on ads or TV spots, Stake went where the next-gen gamblers were hanging out: Twitch. They partnered with some of the platform's biggest streamers, guys like Trainwrecks TV, XQC, Aiden Ross, who would gamble live in front of tens of thousands of viewers. We're talking real-time spins, six-figure bets, crazy wins, and even crazier losses. The appeal wasn't just the money, it was the spectacle. These streams weren't subtle product placements, they were entertainment. And for Stake, they were lead generation machines. Every time a viewer signed up with a referral code, the streamer got a cut. Some streamers were reportedly making hundreds of thousands per month, even before counting sponsorships. And stake? They were raking in millions in deposits, all while building one of the most powerful word-of-mouth funnels in online gaming. But stake didn't stop with gaming influencers. In 2022, they made a move that would solidify their position at the top, partnering with Drake. The Canadian rapper, one of the most recognizable names in music, started streaming his own gambling sessions on stake. Whether it was roulette or slots, viewers tuned in not just for the spins, but to watch a megastar casually wager millions like it was nothing. It was genius. It blurred the line between celebrity lifestyle and crypto casino, and it gave stake mainstream exposure that no Google ad ever could. Drake's stake streams pulled millions of views. They were reposted on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. The message was simple. If Drake gambles with stake, it must be legit. But with great visibility comes great controversy. As stake and its influencers gained traction, backlash started brewing. Critics argued that gambling streams were normalizing betting to young audiences. Many of these viewers were underage. Some were using VPNs to bypass country restrictions. And the lines between content, promotion, and addiction were getting dangerously blurred. In late 2022, Twitch finally cracked down. They banned unlicensed gambling streams, specifically calling out sites like Stake. It was a blow, but not a knockout. Instead of retreating, Stake went on offense. And that's when they made one of their boldest moves yet. With Twitch limiting their influence, Stake's founders decided to build their own arena, Kick. Kick.com was launched as a direct competitor to Twitch, but with looser restrictions, higher creator payouts, 95% revenue split, and full creative freedom. It wasn't just a platform, it was a statement. If you won't let us play in your house, we'll build our own. They poached top streamers, including Adin Ross and XQC, with multi-million-dollar contracts. Overnight, Kick became the new home for gambling content, adult streams, and all the edgy content Twitch didn't want. Of course, many suspected Stake was behind the funding, and they were right. While the connection was unofficial at first, it eventually became clear. Stake was using Kick as both a marketing arm and a safety net. This strategy helped them own the content pipeline. From platform to payment, they controlled every step and turned every stream into a stake funnel. But while Kick helped maintain their online dominance, Stake had even bigger ambitions. They wanted legitimacy and global brand recognition. So they went on a sponsorship spree. In 2021, Stake became the official betting partner of UFC, putting their brand in front of millions of combat sports fans worldwide. Every major UFC card now features Stake logos on the octagon mat, fighter shorts, and broadcast materials. They didn't stop there. In soccer, they signed with Everton FC in the Premier League, one of the most watched leagues in the world. And in Latin America, they partnered with clubs like Watford FC and Gimnasia La Plata. Even in cricket, a sport with over 2 billion fans globally, they've made moves by aligning with regional stars and T20 leagues. The strategy was clear: be everywhere the audience is. Whether you're watching a soccer match in London, a UFC fight in Vegas, or a cricket tournament in Mumbai, you're seeing the Stake logo. That's not just brand awareness, that's cultural embedding. And here's the kicker. Most of these deals are paid in crypto. For Stake, it's not just sponsorship, it's on-brand, on-chain marketing. While the sponsorships brought prestige, one of Stake's simplest and smartest growth hacks came from social media. You've probably seen those viral gambling clips with huge wins, intense reactions, or over-the-top celebrations. Most of them have one thing in common: the Stake watermark in the corner. Stake encouraged, and in some cases paid, gambling content aggregators to upload highlights from streamers, adding the Stake brand to every video. It worked like wildfire. Even if the content wasn't on Stake's own accounts, their logo was everywhere. And every clip became a free ad. That's user-generated marketing on steroids. So how does Stake actually make money? Like any casino, physical or digital, Stake makes money from the house edge. Every game, whether it's blackjack, roulette, or slots, is mathematically designed so the odds are slightly in Stake's favor. It's small percentages, often just 1 to 5%. But when you're processing billions in wagers every month, even a sliver turns into serious revenue. In 2023, Stake reportedly generated over $2.6 billion in gross gaming revenue. That's not transaction volume. That's what they made after paying out winners. All thanks to that carefully engineered edge. And here's the kicker. Since Stake doesn't have physical locations, staff overhead, or middlemen, their margins are massive. Most of their platform is automated, and they're not paying rent for a Vegas casino. They're hosting it all online, 24/7. But it's not just about getting people to play, it's about getting them to stay. Stake runs one of the most aggressive VIP loyalty programs in the industry. High rollers get cashback, bonuses, exclusive account managers, and even gifts. Everything from iPhones to Rolex watches to international trips. The more you bet, the more perks you unlock. It's a classic casino psychology move. Reward loyalty, celebrate big bets, and make users feel like whales, even if they're losing money. The result? Insane retention rates. Some users are spending thousands a week, continuously cycling crypto in and out of the site. Another key part of their economics: affiliate marketing. Streamers, influencers, and even regular users can generate referral codes. Every time someone signs up and deposits using that code, the affiliate gets a cut of their losses, sometimes as much as 20 to 30%. This creates a viral growth loop. Incentivized users constantly promote Stake, hoping to cash in on the gambling habits of others. It's a model that mirrors what made YouTube and Uber grow fast. Leverage your users as your sales force. Except in this case, the product is spinning reels. The future? Likely a mix of regional partnerships, licenses in select countries, and possible pivots into fintech, gaming, or even NFTs. At the end of the day, Stake is not your traditional casino. They don't have neon signs or slot machines on a Vegas strip. They have Twitch streams, crypto wallets, influencers, and meme accounts. They've rewritten what it means to run a gambling business in the 21st century. With code instead of chips, creators instead of commercials, and Bitcoin instead of banknotes. And while the ethical questions will continue, especially around addiction, youth exposure, and regulation, there's no denying one thing: Stake changed the game. If you found this breakdown of Stake fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We've got more deep dives coming your way. From billion-dollar fintechs to underground empires, we'll keep exposing the stories behind the money machines that shape our world. See you in the next one.